Venture capital firms are one of the ways where rich people can get even richer. And it's very hard for regular investors to ever get involved because of high minimum investments. A lot of time it requires a $100,000, a $200,000 minimum investment to become part of a venture capital firm and make an investment in one. So today's video, I want to talk about a crypto project that is reinventing and solving one of the biggest problems in the venture capital space. It's called Scarab DAO, and ultimately it's the first ever decentralized autonomous organization venture firm that I have ever seen. Let me know if you've seen any others before this, but Scarab DAO is ultimately taking the idea and benefits of ancient Egypt and all the wisdom there and combining that with blockchain technology in the crypto space. They are currently having a fair launch over on presale. I bought a little bit of this, so you can still get involved if you want. If not, no worries, but I'll put a link down below for that. And it's a decentralized autonomous organization, like I said, that is allowing its investors to benefit tremendously. The way it actually works, like many decentralized autonomous organizations, ultimately, anyone who buys the token can be a part of the decision making. They have a native ecosystem token called Scarab. The symbol is SCARAB. It's just how it sounds. And it's a tradable ERC20 token that holds a central role within the Scarab DAO. Ultimately, it's used for acquiring Scarab NFTs and can be converted into something called Barracks. That's another token that's like their governance token. That's the native currency of the DAO. And you see all the information about their token right here. One thing that I do like about it is that 50% is allocated to presale with a very small percent allocated to the team. So it gives the team an incentive to continue to work, but vast majority of it is going to be a community-driven project where the community is vastly, allocated more tokens than just any individual member, which is pretty important. When you're looking at the token, you can see that Scarab is the token that anyone could buy. You could buy it on presale, you get involved in their launch. But Barracks is much more important because this allows you to generate passive income as the project continues to grow. This token allows you to make votes on different proposals, and it's a few other important things. So Barracks, BARACS, are ultimately the primary medium for voting and governance activities within the Scarab DAO. So ultimately, the holders of Barracks are called pharaohs. They like to, base everything off of that ancient Egypt terminology. And Barracks tokens grant you the ability to cast a vote on proposals and judgments. This is important because this allows anyone who owns Scarab tokens to then participate in the DAO. The way it works is you take a Scarab token and you can easily convert it to a Barrack token. It is 1 for 1. So every Scarab token you have, you can exchange it for 1 Barracks token. And then you're able to make votes, you're able to participate in the DAO, you can vote on proposals, judgments, and you can generate passive income as the platform generates money. It's like a revenue sharing token. So ultimately, with Barracks, it is the token that gets you access to voting. It's the token that gets you access to revenue sharing. And it is really what you want to own if you believe in the DAO and what they're doing and their investments long term. The last few things I want to go over are going to be with NFTs and deity. So Scarab NFTs ultimately serve as a symbol of prestige and commitment within the DAO. Scarab NFTs are unique digital assets that ultimately are exclusively minted within the Scarab decentralized application. There are only 50 total, and if you look on their Twitter page, they talk a little bit more about details of it. They say right here how Scarab DAO NFTs are considered a key for deities. When a Scarab holder of 0.5% locks his tokens, he receives 1 out of 50 NFTs. Ultimately, you need, in order to have a NFT, one of these NFTs, and become a deity, you need to have 0.5% of the total supply of Scarab DAO tokens. And if you do, there's only going to be 50 people who can have these, then you can then go ahead and make proposals for what investments should be made for the DAO, where they should put their money, what the direction should be moving forward. And all of that gives you like almost like a seat at the board for what the project is going to be doing long term. So deities ultimately can go ahead and make these proposals. They can say what they think money should be going towards. Should we invest in this? Should we invest in that? Where should we move the project going forward? All of that. And also they can do something called judgment, whereas if it's like a system that's put in place where ultimately it is a way to enforce accountability. So if you see someone who's making bad proposals and you don't agree with them, then you can go ahead and do a judgment on them. It's the same thing as like a proposal, but simply you're saying, look, I don't think what this person doing is right. Let's vote on it. So you can propose that to the community, and everyone in the community can say they agree with you. They don't think what this person is proposing. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. So ultimately, that's how this entire token works. It is a decentralized like venture capital firm where they're going to raise money, and then the money that they raise can then be put into different projects, different investments, and it's a way where you can get involved in investments that you might have not ever been able to get involved in. That's the benefit of putting your money into this, because the token potentially can increase in value long term. You could then also get rewards paid out as passive income if the project generates revenue with Barracks token. Like I said, if you own Barracks token and the project makes money, you get distributed out revenue as well. And if you want to be more involved, you simply need to own more tokens. You then can go ahead and get an NFT, and you can make any proposal you want. So this project is a way where little guys can potentially get involved into inaccessible investments. That is why they're creating this as a decentralized venture capital firm. And like I said, they are having a fair launch. I did put a bit of money into this, and I know you guys always like when I share with you what projects I'm investing in.